It's now set to be 114 days until, fingers crossed, potentially, we see Nkunku make his first appearances of this new Prem season later this weekend against Newcastle. And for me, yeah, it does kind of feel like as a fan base, we've had to be very patient waiting for Nkunku. Since announcing the signing of Nkunku last year, December on the 17th, there's been tons of hype, tons of promise and tons of hope around Nkunku. He has been billed as our new star player. I mean, we've sold players to make room for him. Havertz went, Mount went, and we never signed Joao Felix. And to be honest with you guys, I think that was all for good reason. Nkunku is a world-class player, a complete attacking unit, creatively, offensively, all-round game. It only makes sense, it's only right that I react to what we've seen from Nkunku already in anticipation for what he can bring to our team when he finally returns back later this weekend. So my friends, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Hit that like button if you guys are gassed that Nkunku has returned. But before we get into anything, I got one big plug left. Right now is the prime time to take advantage of Black Friday sales in anticipation for Christmas, my friends. Right now, the club's mega store, if you spend anything over £70, you will get free delivery. If you use my discount code NINI10, you get 10% off your final order. And on top of that too, you get special Black Friday deals on the mega stores. So my friends, if you guys are still looking to get your Christmas gifts ready in time, I'm your guy. Description below, you'll find all the links, and of course it helps support the channel as well too. For myself, yeah, I thought that Nkunku was one of the most effective players during pre-season, and listen, he didn't necessarily take the world by storm, but let's appreciate the context, right? Start of pre-season, the team aren't fully in tune with Pochettino's tactical ideas, the players aren't even fully fit, and Nkunku was being used in different positions, playing on the left hand side as a 10 and up front as well too. So let's see how his pre-season went down. As you can see right here, he's very comfortable dropping deeper to link up with the midfields. An example right here, my friends, look, he's come deeper. You see Caicedo, Enzo, and you see Nkunku. And up front, it's encouraging movement in behind. I think that's Mudryk on the left hand side. Nico's getting ready to make a run in behind. And I think that's Ian Maatsen there as well too. And I think they're the zones that Nkunku likes to thrive in, because he's a guy that makes that late man run inside the box. He attacks the spaces in between defenses. And I think for a player like him, where he's so comfortable and he's so seamless across multiple positions, like he really suits Pochettino's ideas even more, because Poch is all about that formation flexibility, where there's one lineup for the build-up, one lineup for defending, one lineup for attacking. And when you got a player like Nkunku who is like that offensive glue across all these different like phases of the game, you know, that can really give you advantages when it comes to like breaking down your opposition, right? Very geeky answer, I know, but I've been watching a lot of Nkunku. I've seen him quite a lot of times during his spell at RB Leipzig, so I feel very confident in describing this game. But again, he's got that threat where you can like drift wide to take on his man 1v1. Listen, he's not the tallest guy, but he has a good timing of his leap. And listen, he gets tackled here, but I like those little moments, because Nkunku has that faith and trust in his technical capacities, yeah, where he's one of those players where it's like he always has like a second longer on the ball. Like time goes a bit slower for him, because listen, he'll just do a little bit of pauser to find the best solution to, you know, break down the opposition. There, he overdid that, but that's pre-season rust. But here, wins the ball back, attacks the spaces, slows it down a bit because he's waiting to release the ball to find Ian Maatsen. And I think, you know, I think we've had very decent counter-attacking threat, but I think when Nkunku comes back to our team, he will be that final piece to add more X factor and quality to our transitional threat, yeah. That's it, receives on his left foot, instantly plays the ball with his right foot, and as he makes that pass, he's getting ready to attack the space. Look. See a bit of rust there, but again, you can see the ideas. It's the thinking that I'm trying to describe. A nice little play with Jackson, and you know what? Their relationship was like slowly building up over games during pre-season. I thought it was looking quite good against Dortmund. You can see that little like disguised decoy pass from Nkunku around Schlotterbeck, and he's getting ready to make that run in behind the player right now, which he does, but the comp don't show that. But see, Nkunku drops deep. Again, pre-season rust. Good timing of his leap there. Drifting to the left-hand side, plays the ball into fine Ian Maatsen. And here, this moment right here sums up Nkunku. In terms of the threat he can bring to our team. Nice little layoff where, listen, he's not going to be backing into his defender. He's withdrawn from his defender. He drops deep to play the short pass. He's getting ready to bend his run in behind. So it comes down now to Caicedo getting that pass right, which he easily does. Great ball from him. And this is the composure, the X factor I'm talking about. So see, the rust right here, listen, if this is like peak Nkunku, it's a few step overs, he rounds the goalkeeper. So the ball's behind him as the keeper just gets a little touch there. But this is the quality he has. I think a lot of players, actually, again, these moments look easy, but most players, my friends, they just snatch at the ball. They panic as they mess up their first action. And sometimes that's not even going on target. But Nkunku has that technique where it's all about just wrapping his foot around the ball and aiding it towards the goal because he knows where it is. He doesn't have to see it. And that's a trust you have when you're regularly banging in goals for fun, right? See, left-hand sides, that creative threat right there. You know, Nkunku, man, he was getting double digits for goals and assists. You know, nice idea to try and find Enzo. But if you're a player, you need to attack the box. You need to make runs in the box because Nkunku can play those balls over the top and those lofted balls to find you. So Nkunku, he drops a bit deeper to take away his defender. He's attracting him. Already you can kind of tell by like his head position what he's planning to do right now. Plays the ball backwards. Moves back into the left-hand side. Obviously the speed of the comp, my friends, is not ideal. But I think against Brighton, he was playing up front in this game. And of course, that was a moment right there where he got his injury against Dortmund. Very unfortunate. But you're seeing the little like ideas between him and Nico Jackson. See, they're quite close together, right? And I feel like Nico, he wants to have that guy close to him. I thought him and Kans looked quite decent during the start of the season. And I think that at Villarreal, he had those players around him as well too. Plays the pass for Nkunku. Again, the first touch wasn't perfect right there, pre-season rust. And of course, that's where the injury comes. But in terms of that transitional threat, I think that's when Nkunku really comes to life. See, drifts wide to the left-hand side. Body up, nice 1-2s. Can keep the ball when he's like, moved wides. Nice little step over skill there. And when he drops deep, he's playing the pass backwards and he kickstarts the attack. Look at the movement, that's encouraging there. Plays it back to Kans. And on the board too, Nkunku, he's not just all about the skills and purely attacking. Like, he puts that work in. He is going to come back. Of course, being at Leipzig, we're a very intense gegenpressing style team. You're going to suffer and struggle if you're not going to adopt that side of the game, right? So in terms of our defensive structure, I'm not worried. Carries the ball to the left hand side, little dummy. Plays it back. But there, plays the ball in front of Fan Mudryk. I'm really hoping as the season goes on, I see Nico, I see Nkunku and Mudryk and Sterling. I think that could be a very exciting attack. But we're seeing the goals that he's scoring right here. I really like the score that he scored against Brighton. And I say that because, listen, there's been so many moments this season where, let's say, for example, Jackson isn't getting the details right and he's missing from 6 yards out. But again, Nkunku just having that X factor right there. Look, he's holding his man off. His body balance isn't perfect. But just a little, just to put some backspin on the ball when he stabs at it. To just curl it away from the keeper. Listen, I know it doesn't look especially exciting. But when you're doing all this in real time in the moment, these guys make the actions look simple and obvious, right? But it isn't. I don't think every player scores that goal, in my opinion. I think a lot of guys just miss the ball, to be fair with you. But again, Nkunku drifting wide to the left. Let's try and find the runner in behind. I think that's Jackson that makes run in the space, which allows Nkunku now to cut inside. Here on the left channel, I do feel like you have to open up these like areas there for Nkunku to strive in. As we're seeing right here, you don't necessarily play him wide left or right in the middle. You give him that left channel. Let him have freedom in those zones where he can drop deep to help the midfield, where he can like move up to support the attack, where he can move wide, of course, to just like make up the numbers too. I think for a guy that's this good, just give him that channel and freedom. But again, that should have been a goal right there. Easily should have been a goal. That was like a typical like Leipzig assist. That's it. Great control of his left foot. Easy pass with his right. Plays a safe pass sideways there. Holds the ball up. Nice little tech. But again, he was like I'm saying, the rust was there during pre-season. It wasn't like perfect actions like it's not going to be. Look, that pass with his left foot, you know, he pushed the ball too wide in that moment. So I guess it's a reminder that he will probably need like maybe like a few games just to get like the full match intensity of the Premier League. Like he has been out for a while, and you know, I'm not expecting to be perfect on his arrival. He'll need like maybe a handful of games. But you're just seeing an idea behind like his movement, the positions he occupies, you know, what he does with the ball, how he moves off the ball. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to discuss. Give you guys an idea of what to expect from an Nkunku. Another wide threat right here. Plays it back to Khans. Decent idea, decent idea. But I do find it interesting that when he is on that left channel, for example, like when he was playing on the left hand side, he had Ben Chilwell making those overlapping runs, and like when he played 10, he had like Mudryk there. You know, I think maybe I might be seeing Sterling on the left hand side when Nkunku is ready to start like being in the first team, right? But I just think for a player like this who occupies players around him, look, Nkunku's receiving with like 3 guys around him. If you've got smart players like your Sterlings and your Jacksons and your other guys who have the pace to like run in behind, they're the type of like openings that Nkunku is bringing to the team, right? We were seeing what Khans was bringing at the start of the season in terms of just giving us that really strong occupation between the lines, and I think that was missed at times. We're doing things a bit differently now, where we're using more like wide threat. We're playing a lot more wider, where before we played a lot more centrally. So could we be going back to a more like central type of possession game now that Nkunku's back? It wouldn't surprise me. But that's it. A lot of times when Nkunku passes the ball, he's not just watching what he's done with the ball. He plays the pass that he looks to make the run in behind the space right there. I know like it went by really quickly, as you guys can see here. Plays the pass to Enzo. He's already on the move then, and basically he would have been in this space right here, and he's in behind 2 Newcastle players, and then now he's a link-up man option between you know, for your Jacksons and your Ians. So you know, I'm hoping that Nkunku, when he gets fully back to match fitness, he's going to add a lot of like spark to our attack now, especially against the low blocks. That's going to be very important. That's where I'm really hoping Nkunku shines. You know, big teams, I trust this guy. We saw what he's done in the Champions League, but against the low blocks, you know, these are the details I'm discussing. I feel like he can really help us in terms of turning some of these like results now into wins, because we're seeing under Pochettino, we can play against the big boys. We aren't afraid, and we will outplay you. But our Achilles heel has forever remained, how do we start getting results against teams that park the bus? And I do think that Nkunku will go a long way in helping us now start to become a bit more effective when it comes to finding ways to break these teams down. Little taste of what to expect from Nkunku, and share your observations in terms of how you guys are thinking Nkunku will be and what he can bring to our team here. So my friends, I'm Nkunku FC, this is BlueLionsTV. I'll catch you guys later for some more videos. Cool.